Everybody, this is Stephen Howson. Manchester United are beating Wigan 4-0 in the 4th round of the FA Cup, and we march on into the 5th round, and that's us advancing in every single competition, apart from the league, really, where we've remained in 6th, but we have chopped down the lead of those in front of us. So we're into the 5th round of the FA Cup. We're in the last 32 of the Europa League, and we are in the final, I've just had pizza, of the EFL Trophy. That means Manchester United are cruising. We are the only team that's at this sort of stage in all the competitions, and it's going terribly, isn't it? Bastian Schweinsteiger comes out of his hiatus, scores a goal. Was given man of the match, I believe, by Manchester United at the end of the game. We get 2 youth debuts after Jose Mourinho doesn't play youth. Everything goes to plan. We see Romero not concede another goal. We see Joel Pereira's debut. We see Timothy Fosu-Mensah start. Tuanzebe gets a game. What a weekend it's been for United fans. You see Liverpool lose. Leeds United lost as well, which was buzzing against Sutton United. There's been a lot of slip-ups this weekend, and unfortunately for us, Manchester United wasn't one. We saw United held a little bit. We was made to really work for getting those openings, but that's what Warren Joyce brings, doesn't it? Anybody who watched the under-23s and the under-21s under Warren Joyce know that he always managed to get a tune out of a team. I think he likes being the underdog. I think it really suits his sort of personality that he wants to work and fight and dog for every little point and every bit of advantage that he gets. And that was really shown today, I thought, by the way Wigan set up in the first 40 minutes or so before we managed to stick a cross in, and Fellaini got us the first goal just before half-time. And then after that, in the second half, United just started to open them up. They started to actually come out and attack us a little bit. They had 8 men behind the ball all the way through the first half. In the second half, they actually put 2 men sort of ahead of the ball, trying to look like they was trying to get a bit of a counter-attack thing going. But as soon as they did that, the spaces started to open, their resilience started to fade, and Manchester United managed to find a way through. If we go talk about the individual performances, Romero tried to make it interesting a little bit midway through the second half. What he was playing at, I don't know, kicks it right to him and then comes out and makes a couple of really crazy saves. Clearly bored. No idea what he was doing. But again, keeps a clean sheet, so happy days. The fullbacks, we talk about the fullbacks. I was looking forward to the fullbacks really providing some width going forward, and they didn't actually really do that. Fosu-Mensah seemed to be looking to try and minimise how many mistakes he was going to make with the ball at his feet, hoping to try and keep himself in Jose's plans. Maybe a little bit nervous that one mistake and that might be him done. Only he knows what his relationship's like with the manager, but maybe that's something that he felt like he needed to do. So I thought he played within himself a little bit. When he tried to take somebody on, when he tried to get past somebody, when he used his pace and he used his ability, he looked like he was fine with it, but he looked like he definitely played within himself. Defensively, he was okay, but going forward, I thought he wasn't what I've seen him do. He's got an excellent cross on him, a great delivery, which we saw one of, but we didn't see enough of that for me with Fosu-Mensah. And actually, it was a very similar game for Luke Shaw. Defensively, Luke Shaw had a perfect game. I'm just going to read the stats off the screen over here. So it's 4 blocks, 4 clearances, 4 interception, 100% tackles won, and 100% aerial duels won. That's a perfect defensive game from Luke Shaw. But again, Luke Shaw didn't really seem keen to run with someone, wasn't really there for the overlap. His delivery was all right, but it wasn't amazing. We've seen him do better. And I think that might have been where we were so static and why we really struggled to break them down in the first half. We didn't really commit with our fullbacks. And I think if we had have committed with the 2 lads from fullback, that might have opened the game up a little bit earlier for us. But ultimately, we won the game 4-0. And we didn't concede a goal, so maybe it was the right thing all along to do what we did, rather than try and force it, maybe concede early, and then have a real fight on our hands, trying to break down a team that's got 1 goal to protect, and they don't have to do a damn thing. So I thought perfect defensive performances really from both the fullbacks, but they could have done a lot better. I thought we only got a half performance out of both of those. Bastian Schweinsteiger warmed up into the game. He was a little bit rusty. A couple of his passes was left you scratching your head a little bit. But it was nice to see him conducting play, and I think his experience was key in that game today. There was so many times that they were sitting so deep that our entire team had pushed into their half, almost into their final third. And that's where somebody like Schweinsteiger, protecting that back 4 or back 2 and dictating where play was going to go, moving it around left to right, really comes in and helps us out. Fellaini got a goal, took his goal, great, but I really need to know what Fellaini's there to do. If he's there to go and get goals and cause chaos in the opposition box, then great, but he needs to be told that's what he's going to do, because what I saw from Fellaini today was confusing. There was an excellent shape to Manchester United, apart from Fellaini. Where I'm sat in the Stretford end, I'm high up and I have like a tactical view of the pitch, like the footy manager sort of view of the pitch, where the dots are and everything. And you can see the shapes that people are making. You see that both the fullbacks are coming, occupying the same sort of space, on a line with each other. You see where all the forwards are, where they're moving when they swap positions. And Bastian Schweinsteiger was occupying that number 6 position on his own in the middle. And you think, if it's a 4-2-3-1 formation, which is supposedly what we was playing today, then Marouane Fellaini should be on the opposite sides of him. Now, he can move forward and they can yin-yang a little bit, but Marouane Fellaini basically needs to be on the opposite side of the pitch. If you draw a line straight from one goal to the other, they need to operate on different sides of the pitch. Marouane Fellaini was on the same side of the pitch, on the right-hand side of the pitch most of the time, as Manchester United go forward, at the same side that Bastian Schweinsteiger was occupying. And I felt that he got in Bastian's way a little bit. And then when he was getting Bastian's way a little bit, he would move forward and he would occupy sort of a number 10 spot. And then he would get in Wayne Rooney's way a little bit. There just seemed to be a massive lack of balance in the team from Marouane Fellaini. Aerially, he was doing all right, but he's not great in the air for what he offers. He's got the best chest in world football. He can get on the end of some stuff, and obviously can cause chaos at set pieces. But when you're trying to play football, and you're trying to play football on the floor through a team from the Championship that's trying to make it difficult for you, I think Marouane Fellaini sometimes isn't the best option. And I think that he did well defensively, but I think when we had the ball at our feet, I thought Marouane Fellaini was a little bit more of a hindrance than he was an asset to the team. Like I said, defensively, I thought he was fine. He did well defensively. He harried and he tracked back and he worked hard in defence. But going forward with the ball at the feet, I thought he slowed us down a little bit. Wayne Rooney in the number 10 spot, I really liked. It looked like Marshall was really struggling leading the line. Now, that could be rust and that could be a lack of playing there for a while for him. And I thought that Wayne Rooney slotted into the number 9 spot. And so did Mkhitaryan at times as well, actually. Slotted into that number 9 spot and made up for when Marshall drifted left a little bit, which happened increasingly towards the latter stage of the game. Maybe that was orders that they actually did swap positions properly. Well, he didn't lead the line as you would expect. Now, that might have been because of the way Wigan set up. They obviously set up to deny the space in towards a striker. That was clearly what Warren Joyce was coming to do. So maybe it wasn't all on Marshall. Maybe some of that was to do with Wigan's tactics going to plan a little bit and forcing us to try and play on the periphery a little bit like that. So I guess you can't really be too harsh on Marshall. I think this is a position that he needs to learn. It's a position that he has to get used to a little bit. And aside from that, the rest of the team, what did we have? We had Mkhitaryan, I thought played pretty well. Mkhitaryan running with the ball when there's space in front of him is a terrifying prospect, and I like to see him do that. Mata, I thought, was a little bit quiet. And the final ball wasn't really there for any of them, especially in the final third. We wasn't really throwing it in the mixer. So it is what it is. Latterly, the game went on as it did, and we saw the introduction of Tuan Zabi, which is an excellent thing. I was really worried that we might lose him if you don't give him games, because I think he knows his own ability, and you've got a Paul Pogba situation on your hands, because he's going to go somewhere else, a top team in Europe, and he's going to start for him, and he's going to play every single week, and you're going to be like, oh my God, what did we just let go? But now he's got his debut. Let's hope that's not the last that we see of him. Let's not hope it's not Jose just ticking a box like, gave that kid his debut, sorted, and then just move on. I hope that he now becomes part of Jose's plans, part of his first team squad. And I don't think you've seen the best of him today at right back. He's obviously playing out of position. It's hard for him to play out of position when he doesn't even play at right back, even occasionally for the under-21s or the under-23s. He's a centre-half, and he's an absolutely fantastic centre-half. He's got a great attitude. He's got great composure. He's the captain in the under-23s. I think the under-23s will suffer tomorrow night against Everton because I doubt he'll be playing. But it will be interesting to see what sort of lineup we do throw out with him missing. But I thought excellent performance from Manchester United in the second half at least. A rotated side. We avoided the slip up. We are in the hat now for the next round. Let me know in the comments who you'd like to see us get. Would you like someone like Sutton away or at home maybe? It'd be interesting to see, but loads of football for us this week. We've got Monday night, the under-23s are playing Everton. Tuesday night, the under-18s are playing against Altringham's first team at Moss Lane, so we'll get down for that. Then Wednesday night, we've got United playing Hull. Just need something to do on Thursday and Friday now, and then we've got games all week, haven't we? Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a big fat thumbs up. Get in the comments who you thought was your man of the match and who you want in the next round. And there'll be tons of videos coming out this week as well, as I try and get to grips with a 7-day schedule. That's going to be nuts, but that's what we're going to go for. Apart from tomorrow, the stat show's not ready yet, so there won't be an upload tomorrow, but there should be 6 for the rest of the week. Thank you for watching. See you later.